What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Trucker G3, Trucker G3, coming to you live and direct from TA Montgomery, New York. This week was pretty productive, I can personally say, and we're gonna see what this week has to offer us. Um, that's family, everything texting me, but yeah. So just give you a little video update. I'm still here with MMJ. Not a lot really, going on really, other than I'm having fun and loving this game. Couldn't ask for nothing better. I know. I want to appreciate the drivers that reached out to me. I like to at least help solve the problems that I can. As some know, especially the ones that came over here to MMJ. I like to know what's going on with those guys and whatever else that they may have that I can possibly help solve. But other than that, everything's going right. You know, we almost to the finish line. And special shout out to my dispatcher Dean, and special shout out to some of the other drivers that actually came over here uh, and is trying us out, and hopefully we can proceed on. So your boy Trucker G3, give you guys an update of what's going on. Not a lot going on here with me. I'm sitting here on a reset. We had a pretty productive weekend. Friday, kind of got in late to drop off my load, and we were supposed to have another one on Saturday, but unfortunately, some other things happened to where we couldn't find one. So I got my truck PM serviced. As a lot of folks, especially I got folks across seas that watches me. But PM services are very important. That's what I got done. I got done my PM service. I had my tires changed because my truck was about to fall apart. And had to get the PM done. Which is basically the oil change, the whole truck checked out because you don't want your truck, you don't want your truck falling apart. And that's one thing that is very important that we all get PM services done. Because it's basically PM is basically preventive maintenance, which keeps your truck running strong. You can pull loads all day long, and you're able to keep production going and everything. Um, just keep a lot of stuff going. Especially yourself. You got to keep yourself going strong. Uh, you got to keep your truck, your trailer. I got PM service um, done on the truck and trailer, so everything went just fine. So, in other news, I also want to give a shout out to Miss Diva Trucker with the support of the sister that one of the sisters that we lost down there in New Orleans. Much blessings to her and her family. I hope that you guys that follow God and stay with Him, and everything will heal back as the time progresses. Much blessings to you guys, and I hope that everything is going in your favor. But in today's news, I wanted to bring to your attention a few things. I like to get these little magazines and everything. Um, it seems like that as a lot of folks know, um, we had the road check of, I guess it may be the last one. I don't know. These folks, they don't know what they want to do, but just looking stuff up, reading stuff over, and it seems that it says the CVSA reports 3.9% of all drivers placed out of service in road check. Less than 2% were sidelined for hours of service violation. That's a good thing. That means that everybody's running legal, um, and everybody is basically uh, doing what they have to do to make their money. And that's only 2% that was sidelined, which means 2% that was pulled to the side, shut down, whichever way, for the hours of service violation. Um, those hours of service violations are serious. Um, when it comes to certain things. Um, I can personally say that the parking structure out here is getting very horrible. Um, all over the country, it's really horrible, man. When I say horrible, it's getting to the point that if you don't start out the right way, you won't finish the right way. You know, me, normally I would run my hours out, and when it gets to about 1 hour or maybe an hour and 15 minutes from my day being over with, I normally find a place to park and call it a day. Because, you know, I mean, it's kind of hard sometimes to plan out your trip. I know that, you know, when I first started in the industry, the biggest thing was trip plan, trip plan, trip plan. But when I started, you know, everything was paper logs, and a lot of folks were, you know, in between paper logs and e-logs, you was able to find parking, you know, because of course, you know, you had some folks that was on those paper logs, and some folks on e-logs, and the folks on e-logs is the ones that was in the truck stop, rest area, side of the road, whichever way, and they were able to actually find parking because of the simple fact that not everybody stayed in the trucks, you know, truck stops and everything. Um, excuse me. Uh, but as time progresses, you know, parking is getting very, very hard to find. Like I was saying again, normally what I do is when I get to about an hour and 15 minutes from the time that I get to my hour and 15 minutes or maybe an hour, I start looking for parking. And what I normally do, say for example, if I'm going down the road and I see a truck stop, um, I normally slide in, you know, see if there's any parking anywhere. If there's not, then, you know, I go around the truck stop to see if there's any parking. If there's not, then I go ahead and slide back on the road, get down the road, and hopefully find a rest area um, or another truck stop somewhere. Now, there is some off-brand, you know, truck stops, I said off-brand, that you'll be able to find parking at. But other than that, I mean, it's getting harder and harder to find parking out here. It really is, because there's so many restrictions on us as far as parking goes. You know, down in Georgia, you know, you can't park on the ramps. You know, they don't want you parking on the ramps, which to me is a safety hazard anyways. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do being a driver. But, you know, I mean, as the time progresses, it's going to get harder. They say we have driver shortages and all that stuff, whichever, but, you know, I just don't understand it at all. You know, I just really don't understand it at all. Um, Now, I can personally tell you that, huh? Hold on. Yo, hold on. Uh, Hold on. How much was the asking for it?
I try to get 10 or 5 or 7 or million.
Okay, let me.
Whatever you got here next.
All right, hold on.